Hello, this is Ben with the Man in House Bus Team coming from the Sinclair household where we have a special guest because today we're going to do this news anchor style and tell the story of Ruth. So come on, special guest. It's my wife, Sherry. What a surprise.
Hello, good evening.
Well, this is the story of Ruth. It's about a poor woman from a foreign country whose life is ruined, but she believes in God and has her life restored. Sherry, how do you find the story of Ruth interesting?
More for how it ends than how it begins. It's a tragedy, which is a sad story where bad things happen to people, but it ends with Ruth finding love and purpose in an unexpected way.
They say sad songs say so much, but nobody would write a song this sad. 3 husbands die, leaving their wives alone, a mom and her 2 daughters-in-law.
What's worse is a famine happening, which means there's not enough food for everybody and the jobs basically go away.
No money, no jobs. Sounds like a pandemic followed by an economic collapse. Is there a bright side?
Oh, it all starts with Ruth. She tells her mother-in-law, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. And where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, even if death separates you from me."
You know, there were a lot of idols in Moab. That's where Ruth came from. Idols are anything more important than living for God. Like, let's say these little ornament men are idols. Like video games, when they take us away from family and friends. There they go. Drug addictions that make fathers go away and spend rent and food money. Music that tells us to do bad things our parents don't want us to do or say. So what do we do with idols? We knock them over. That's our job. Ruth returns with Naomi, her mother-in-law, to Bethlehem, where Naomi starts to call herself Mara, which means bitter. Everybody wonders what happened to them, kind of like going to school with a black eye.
This family has a habit of giving themselves awful names. I mean, Naomi had 2 sons named Mahlon and Chilion, and meant sickness and destruction. I mean, come on, how sad.
God calls us more than conquerors, beloved, new creations, not awful names like that. Besides, Ruth has found a job and food, so that's good. She's in a great position, kind of like what you have to do when you catch a long ball.
Yeah, she's working for a man named Boaz, gathering wheat and barley on a farm. He's an important relative of her mother-in-law, Naomi. The man is called a guardian redeemer. All Israelites had one. He can help people get their life back, and Naomi wants Ruth to have a good life.
We all need someone like that, don't we? I like the way this story is going. Boaz honors Ruth when he says, "Listen to me. Don't go and glean in another field, and don't go away from here. Stay here with the women who work for me." Ruth replies, "Why have I found such favor in your eyes that you notice me, a foreigner?" Sherry, why do you think Ruth felt that way?
She felt like a nobody. She said she was lower than one of Boaz's servants. But what's more important is Boaz's declarations of a blessing on Ruth. He said, "May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge." I mean, this is a declared blessing, a powerful thing for Christians to do. You would want a Christian to declare a blessing on you in your troubles.
Now, Boaz falls in love with Ruth because he respects her so much. He says, "You have not run after younger men, whether rich or poor." This means that Ruth valued the kind of relationship only God can arrange.
Boaz and Ruth have a son who's named Obed, and Obed became an ancestor of Jesus, and we are called children of God by faith in Jesus. You see why the story is so great?
As Ruth was a foreigner and without any advantages, so are we apart from Jesus. Romans 8:15 says, "The Spirit you received does not make you slaves so that you live in fear again. Rather, the Spirit you received brought about your adoption to sonship. And by him we cry, Abba, Father." Thank you, Jesus, for redeeming me and redeeming my wife Sherry, and redeeming Cassidy and Jotham, and giving me a life beyond anything I could dream of. Thank you so much. We're praying for you guys, and now we're going to turn it over to Cassidy.
When she was young, well, I'm sure Ruth had a lovely time. She was in love, and she knew peace. But life gets hard. Things didn't go the way she thought. Sometimes we get lost. There's no guarantees. But she told Naomi, I will go with you. She was quite consistent, genuine and true. On the other side of the pain, God blessed her heart, 'cause he saw her faith. And I don't know about you, but I wanna be like Ruth. Ruth worked hard. She gathered grain so she could care for her mother-in-law. And Boaz saw it, and he said, well, dang, that's a woman if I ever saw one. What's her name? I gotta know. 'Cause she told Naomi, I will go with you. She was quite consistent, genuine and true. On the other side of the pain, God blessed her heart, 'cause he saw her faith. I don't know about you, but I wanna be like Ruth. So that's the video for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I think the story of Ruth is such a cool story for a few reasons. One of them being that Ruth is very consistent and loyal. And I think that's something that I really admire in her, something that I really appreciate about her. She was willing to sacrifice her own safety and stability for the sake of Naomi. Like, Ruth could have found anyone and remarried, but Naomi was older, and Ruth knew that it was going to be harder for her to find a husband, and back in the day, unfortunately, a woman would probably not be able to do very well in life, or she might be very poor and unsafe, and Ruth knew that, and she decided that she wasn't okay with that, and she was willing to lay down her own safety and her own stability for the sake of Naomi and to take care of her. And I think that's so beautiful, and that's just such a selfless love that I think it's rare to come by. Another interesting thing that I find about Ruth is that it doesn't talk about God a lot, like directly, which is super interesting because I feel like it's emphasizing the fact that God is always working in the background and always like working things together for our good, but it's not always like a super dramatic, like lightning bolt fall from the sky kind of thing. Like, he just sort of brings good things into your life, and if you're not paying attention, you might almost miss it. You might almost not realize that it's him. And I think Ruth is just a reminder to just pause and reflect on the faithfulness of God in your own life. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.